Hello and welcome to the stream. It has been over a month, unfortunately, since we last played Tales of Vesperia. I have dealt with some serious sinus infections and as well as food poisoning on top of some family issues. And me and my fiance set a date. I'm getting married in August. Yes, the 20th. It's gonna be nice. So we were dealing with all of that as well. So I apologize for how long it's been, and I am still working on getting the whole YouTube thing going so that I can keep these parts. Because like I mentioned in previous streams recently, Twitch deletes my videos every single week. And sadly, with how hectic my life has been so far, it's been hard to not, and I don't quite have the memory yet to, just download absolutely everything and repost it. As I also prefer fresh content anyway. Now, as I said we're going to go over some synopsises here. There's 93 to go over, but hey, I promised I would do this since the other parts are not a part of this. So during this 2-hour stream, before my Discord's movie night, we're going to go over all 93 of these and see if we can't make some progress on top of it. So let's begin. The game started with the aqua blast in the lower quarter of the Imperial capital broke this morning, flooding the entire plaza there. The townspeople are doing all they can to remove the water, but the situation is yet to improve. And this is during, what's his name? Yuri Lowell. That is who is the main character, and that's his little backstory here. He was also arrested by the Knights of the Kumor Brigade as of breaking into the residence of Mr. Mordo, assuming that he had the Aqua Blastia, which in fact he did not. The alleged criminal Yuri made an escape from the castle dungeon last night. The suspect was last seen talking with a shady-looking man who occupied the neighboring cell. We have found out that shady-looking man is none other than the second in command to the one guild. Man, I'm not good at remembering these things. It's Raven. That's his name. Raven is that person. Estelise, that's what it is. Estelise, a young lady of the castle, was reported by her guards to have been accompanying the suspect Yuri last evening. It's assumed that the criminal took the young lady with him after subduing the knights who were escort. And yes, that is true. I remember. It was Flynn. She was looking for Flynn, and she found out Yuri liked Flynn, and they were trying to assassinate her, and he saved her. So, let's continue. Witnesses report a scuffle between Yuri and a man identified only as Zaggy in Lieutenant Flynn's chambers this morning before dawn. Both parties had apparently come in search of Flynn. Lieutenant is currently on a pilgrimage, however, and was not present when the melee ensued. That's right, and we had to defeat him early. Now, just in case anybody is curious, sorry, I'm really out of it in between everything at the moment. We are going over the storyline since it has been a month since we last played. I'm trying to get all of it back into it. Like I said, Twitch deletes my videos after about a week, so it's hard to keep the content going for a series as long as this. This is part 15, believe it or not. And this is for a series that I was doing 3 to 4 hour streams on. This is a long game if you do it right. The knights have announced the discovery of an underground passage leading from within the castle to the royal quarter. Both Yuri and Zagi are assumed to have used it as their means of escape. Knights are focusing their search in the lower quarter, as Yuri is expected to return to his home there. I remember that we went through the sewers with Estelise, yes. Talked about a lot of things. Hanks, resident of the lower quarter, has stated that Yuri has successfully evaded the knights and left the capital. Hanks claims that Yuri left in pursuit of the alleged Blastia thief Mr. Morio, and that a cute young thing named of Estelise was with him at the time. That is correct. They all got together and rushed Yuri out of town. They made it seem like they were an angry mob, but they gave him a whole bunch of items on the way back, too. And that was when our journey began. And right here, Danton Hold is a fort that lies to the north of the capital. In the season that monsters prowl in the northern gates, the gates are closed and passage through the hold is forbidden. That is because of the absolute horde of giant boars, I believe it was. And there was a bunch of guilds squabbling over it too, so the passageway was closed, and we had to go through the forest. I believe it was. I'm sure the forest will be mentioned somewhere in here. I do not remember the forest's name. That was quite a bit ago. Just past noon today, Yuri and Estelise were involved in rescuing a number of people from a monster attack outside Danton Hold. Closure of this hold following the event, the pair were assumed to have returned to the capital. They did not return to the capital, and yes, they did save quite a bit of people. Quay Woods? Something like that. Yuri is supposed to have entered the Koi Woods this afternoon. With the suspension of travel through Danton Hold, Yuri was expected to abandon his plans to go to Espio. His decision to brave the perils of the woods, however, may keep his hopes alive. Yes, he's right. They risked a forest of curses to see if sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm trying to keep it all together. Anyway, yes, it was a curse, rumored curse, because nobody ever made it out of the forest alive. This afternoon, Estelise collapsed in the Koi Woods after suffering a sudden turn in her disposition. Yuri did his best to take care of his companion, but the cause of her discomfort is unknown. She felt odd because of a stone after she ate a fruit next to it. It was probably due to the air now that we think about it, because now we know about the disruption of the magic stuff in the area called air, which is the way the nature works in this, and it's A-E-R, that kind of air, and when it goes wild, it's very negative for humans to be around it. Late this afternoon, Yuri and Estelise were set upon by young Carol Capel, a member of the Hunting Blades. This conflict turned out to be a misunderstanding on Carol's part, and blows were thankfully avoided. Yes. And that ended up being our third companion, young little Carol. Sometime past noon yesterday, the town of Helloa was attacked by monsters. The monsters were defeated by a knight on a pilgrimage, but many appear to have been injured in the struggle. The young healer Estelise, passing through the town by chance today, tended to the injured. Yes. So, Flynn, ahead of us, while we were in the forest, came across Helloa, whose barrier was weakening because the tree was dying. Monsters attacked, Flynn saved them, went to go find a cure for the tree. We showed up, Estelise healed everybody, and we started doing stuff for the tree. Which is this, see? With the Panacea bottle that we were required to retrieve to try and heal the tree. The blighted soil causing the tree may be cleansed. With these words, Carol has returned to the Koi Woods with Yuri in hopes of finding the egg bear claw and Nia fruit required to make the remedy. This afternoon, Yuri and his friends found a defeated and egg bear of Koi Woods. Carol smeared himself with some of the Nia fruit's pungent juice to lure the egg bear out of hiding. Just after noontime today, the tree of Hallow was returned to health. Spirits fell at first when the panacea bottle failed to have any effect, but then Estelise brought upon a miracle. The power she used restored the tree, but how she managed it remains unclear at this time. Yes, she summoned forth a miracle of lights and healing, and brought the tree from near damnation back to full health. And the barrier was restored. According to the mayor, the target of Esteli's search, a Lieutenant Flynn, has made his ways east. As Yori's destination of Aspio also lies in that direction, the two have agreed to continue their travels together. The young Carol appears to have gone with them in hopes of rejoining his friends at the harbor. That's when he was officially joined. 3 people appeared with a dog at the gates of Aspio this morning requesting to meet with Flynn, though they lacked a passport. A young man in the group also expressed his desire to meet with a Mr. Mordio. The trio is said to have withdrawn after being refused entry by the guards, but did not appear willing to admit defeat. An explosion was reported on the outskirts of Aspio around noon today. The blast came from the resident of one Rita Mordio. The incident is assumed to be linked to Yuri's pursuit of Mordio as the alleged Blastia thief. Rita denies the charges and has set out with the party for the Shaco's ruins to east to prove her innocence. Yes, we used an alternate door to sneak into the city, and then we broke into her tower and accused her of being the thief without any actual proof. And they got into a little scuffle. Excuse me, I was taking a drink of my Pepsi. So then they came up with this deal that if they come to the Shaco's ruins, they could find evidence that she is not the Blastia's thief. This afternoon, Rita paid a visit to the ruins of Shaco's to the east of Aspio for research purposes. Recent excavations have uncovered vast caverns stretching out beneath the once proud stone remains. Rita suffered mild injuries while investigating a humanoid Blastia today when it sprang suddenly to life and attacked. Estelise was on the scene as well and treated Rita's wounds with her healing art. Yes, we went down into the ruins and we found a band of thieves that had used one of the a Blastia to resurrect a golem, and that is how she got injured. The ruin robber was captured yesterday in the pre-dawn hours. From him, the party learned that the recent Blastia thief has been the work of a large-scale organization orchestrated by a single person. This kingpin was revealed to be a towering, one-eyed man based in the port town of Torum. The guards of Aspio made inquiries into the sudden disappearance of town-eccentric Rita Mordio, last seen on her way out of the city. The mage is assumed to be setting off on a journey. Word has it that Rita was joined by Estelise, headed to Allure to meet up with her friend Flynn. Yes, that is when Rita joined the party. Rita, the Blastia mage, said to have left Aspio, spotted today on the streets of Allure. Upon seeing this town's great tree, which Rita assumed to be withered, witnesses say the young mage was struck dumb with surprise. And then, right as we were leaving Allure to move on to the port, this is what happened. Last evening, the Knights posted their latest list of wanted criminals, and Yuri Lowell's name appeared among them. So far, however, the young man has slipped easily through the fingers of Lieutenant LeBlanc and his men. A barrier Blastia atop Edmund Hill was destroyed suddenly today by the Dragon Rider. No one was injured, but the Knights have set up a watch as the barrier is currently inoperable. Yes, Emad Hill was in between Halur and the port. And it was a very small area, and we ended up having to go around through the little mini forest. Uranus parties were assaulted by a Gotso this afternoon. As they attempted to cross over Eman Hill, the Gotso was among the monsters that had previously attacked the town of Halur. Today at noon, Yuri was attacked by a group of Red Eyes on one of Nor's many back alleys. Hearing the commotion, Flynn and his patrol joined the fray and dispersed the assailants. Yes, we were almost assassinated in the harbor. You can see there's the Torrid Harbor, which lies across the sea. and Nor's Harbor was the connection to it. And, we went... I forget what made the part... Sorry, I was trying to think about what made the party separate. There was a thing that made the party split ways, right? And Yuri went by himself into the alleyway and was almost backstabbed and killed by these red-eyed assassins till Flynn saw him. Today, just before noon, a girl pushed her way through the front of the magistrate's mansion. Yuri, who was passing by, happened to see her arguing with the gate guards. According to eyewitness testimony, the girl released what looked like yellow smoke and vanished without a trace. Yes, Yuri went to go look at the magistrate's office that we were supposed to sneak into, and he saw and met, as we now know, Patty, right? And she was trying to force her way in. Yuri stopped her from making a mistake, and just as she was about to get captured again, she released a smoke bomb and disappeared. Esteli sought an audience with Norse magistrate Rigaud, suspecting his rule to be unjust, but was denied. Having heard of the magistrate's desire for a horn of a monster called Rugabaro, the party set out for the town's outlying areas in hopes of capturing the beast. Yes, we had to go hunt one of these beasts and retrieve its horn, not only to save the townspeople who were supposed to do it themselves, but so we could also earn an audience with the magistrate. Yuri and his companions defeated a golden monster on the plains outside Nor this afternoon. The creature was none other than Rigabaro, who had been released into the wild by the harbor magistrate. The party collected the beast's horns and then set it free. A brigade by the name of Raven stole into the magistrate's mansion earlier today. He seemed to have managed the feat by using Yuri and his companions as a greater diversion. In the ensuing turmoil, the party dispatched several of the mercenaries hired to guard the estate. That's right, Raven used us. He used us in the beginning so that he could get his job done. But he helped us in the long run as well. This afternoon, Yuri and the others found themselves locked in the basement of the magistrate's mansion. They saved a young boy, as well as a young girl who was caught sneaking into the mansion. The boy was named Polly, while the girl, a young adventurer, went by the name Patty. With the children in tow, Yuri and the others continued to explore the mansion basement. Yes, Patty was revealed there to be an adventurer, and the kid Polly was from the parents who originally wanted the horn. That was who I mentioned before. Earlier this evening, a fire broke out at the magistrate's mansion. The blaze is thought to have started when the Dragon Rider destroyed a Blastia at the estate. Yes. Ragu's personal ship was sunk off the Bay of Torum late this afternoon. The boss of the Blood Alliance, also aboard the vessel, was revealed to be the ringleader behind the theft of the Blastia cores. That is correct. We followed him on ship and attacked him. The magistrate of No underwent questioning today at the hands of Lieutenant Flynn. The knight charged the official with the possession of illegal Bastia and the alleged abduction of Prince Loiter, a candidate for the throne. Due to lack of evidence, however, Ragu was set free. Yes, he had kidnapped the prince of the nation and still somehow got off scot-free. The city of Kor-Bokram on the Tobakian continent was placed under the control of the Hunting Blades Guild today, with entry forbidden to all others. A terrible monster lay in wait beneath the ruins of Kor-Bokram, so spoke a member of the Hunting Blades. The monster apparently flew into a rage when the Blastia entrapping it was destroyed by the Dragon Rider. Yes, the crystal beast we had to fight underneath. Yuri and his companions were placed under arrest by the knights today upon leaving the city of Kor-Bokram. Esteliz was also revealed to be the heir to the imperial throne, and Yuri has been charged with her kidnapping. Which was all hokum. Because he definitely did not, right, did not at all kidnap her. The Imperial Knights absolved Yori Loal of his crimes today as compensation for aiding in the rescue of Prince Loiter and for his protection of Princess Estelise. Though his arrest at Kerbokham was not undone immediately, Yori did not appear overjoyed following his release at Helord. Yori is hoping to meet one final time with the princess, who is scheduled to return to the capital. Oh, wait a minute. There's more pages, considering that the numerous other offenses hung on his name. Knights are expected to take the youth to Heliord for questioning. In the end, the tip Yori received regarding the Blood Alliance led him only to the hunting blades. He's not supposed to make that sound. Rita Mortia was overheard making this comment in regards to Heliord's Vesperia Blastia. During her visit to the city today, the mage also reported witnessing disturbance in the air at Kerbokham, and is growing increasingly worried. This time, however, with the knights on hand, Yori decided to let the ever-dependable Flynn deal with the problem. Heliord's Vesperia Blastia went berserk today, flooding the city with excessive amounts of air. Rita quickly made adjustments to the Blastia, getting the situation under control mere moments before the device exploded. But she was injured in the process. Rita was rushed to the inn by the knights. Estelise is watching over her now, doing all she can to heal the girl with her arts. The Dragon Riders staged an attack on Heliord last night. The assailant is thought to be the one behind the chain of destroyed Blastia throughout the land. The Dragon Rider also attacked the room Rita was sleeping in, but Yori took up his sword and fought the invader off. Estelise threw herself in front of Rita in the commotion, and the mage was stunned by her kindness. After her success in defusing the Blastia, Rita was recruited by the knights to investigate the Kiev Mok woods to the west of Heliord. Princess Estelise, who had planned to return to the capital, has decided to extend her stay with the group a while longer. The party also plans to stop by the guild city of Dongrest on their way to the forest, in hopes of gathering information about the Blood Alliance. Earlier this morning, the party arrived at Dongrest, the center of guild culture. They are thought to be seeking an audience with the head of the guild union, Don Whitehorse, to discuss Barbaros's role in stealing the Blastian cores. Begun as a means of meditating disputes between guilds, the union sits in the center of Dongrest and handles guild-related matters of all kinds. Monsters poured into Dongrest today when the city's barrier failed suddenly. Along with help from Yori and Flynn, the Union succeeded in repelling the attack. Deciding to eradicate the monsters in their lair, Don Whitehorse led a raiding party outside the city. Their meeting with the Don thus postponed. The party is set out with Rita for Kav Mok to guard the mage during her investigations there. High humidity, overgrown plants and trees, and a particularly vicious breed of monsters. Upon setting foot in Cave Mok, visitors are bombarded with an unsettling array of sights and sounds. What causes these abnormalities? Hoping to uncover some answers to this question, Rita plunged into the depths of the forest. The party encountered Raven on their way in, and he has joined their cause for the time being. With memories of their meeting in Nor still fresh, the group does not appear overjoyed by his presence. This morning in the forest of Cave Mok, a girl was rescued from the clutches of a monster. That girl was the adventurer Patty. She apparently came to the forest looking for treasure. After a brief conversation with Yuri and the others, she once again disappeared into the forest in search of treasure. Yuri's group ventured deeper into the forest themselves to investigate. Since entering Cave Mok, Rita has proposed that the large quantities of air being produced there are to blame for the forest's overgrown condition. A solitary figure appeared and put a stop to the overflow of air, but the party has no clues to his identity, as he departed shortly thereafter. The Don who came to the forest to expel the monsters decided to test Yuri's strength by crossing swords with him. He then returned to Dongrest. Yuri plans to revisit the city in hopes of meeting with the Union leader again. Yes, the mysterious man happened after we defeated the boss. The air was going out of control and would have done a lot. He walked up with his sword and calmed it instantly, almost as if he absorbed it. And then he walked away, with not a word to be said. Lieutenant Flynn arrived at Union headquarters this morning to present the Don with a letter from Prince Oider requesting cooperation dealing with Barbara. The letter, however, instead detailed a plan to pardon Barbaro's heinous crimes in exchange for the life of Don Whitehorse. Taking this affront as a declaration of war, the Don roused the guilds to action, and Dongres now teeters on the brink of all-out battle with the Knights. Flynn is thought to have taken to prison for delivering the message, and many fear for his safety. Flynn, the knight who delivered a threatening letter to the Union, appears to be have been freed from prison, with Yuri going behind bars in his place. Yuri was willing to make this sacrifice on account of their long-standing friendship. Moved by this show of compassion, the Don set Yuri free as well, and is said to have entrusted the youth with calming tensions between the Union and the Knights. Upon reuniting with his comrades, Yuri attempted to infiltrate the Blood Alliance's hideout in order to confront Barbos. They were seen making their way into the hideout via the waterway beneath Dongres, and are believed to have been guided by Raven, a member of Altosk. Given the darkness that envelops the underpass, they appear to be navigating the tunnels using a Lux Blasia filled to capacity with air. This afternoon, while navigating Dongres' underground waterway, Yuri and his group happened to cross the founding Pledge of the Union carved into the wall of the underpass. The group expressed their admiration at the carving of the original pledge made by Don Whitehorse and the other founding members. Filled with a renewed sense of purpose from ideals of the guilds, the group seemed to be hurrying toward the Blood Alliance hideout. A clash between the Union and the Knights was narrowly avoided today when Flynn arrived with an authentic letter from Prince Loiter. The problems began when the first letter, a fake, was put into the Don's hands. Having traced the deception back to Barbos, Yuri has followed the leader of the Blood Alliance to Gothfrost Tower, the guild's base of operations. Witnesses say that Yuri was seen heading for the tower with none other than the Blastier-destroying Dragon Rider. Joined by Flynn, a lieutenant of the Imperial Knights, Esteles and the rest of the party made their way to Gothfrost today, and succeeding with meeting up with Yuri, who had arrived there earlier. Yuri was joined by a Miss Judith, a female Critian. The two had collaborated earlier to break free from the tower's jail. Believing Barbos and the lower quarters Aquablasty Corps to be awaiting at Garfrost's summit, Yuri and his companions had begun to climb to confront him. Yuri's party clashed with Barbos atop the Garfrost Tower today, in a bitter struggle that ended in the defeat for the guild boss. Barbos is thought to have perished after hurling himself from the tower's heights following the battle. Having found the lower quarters Blastier Corps, Yuri's journey would appear to have come to a close. The party has agreed to return to Dongres for the time being. The Knights have made it clear Barbaros' involvement in the theft of the Blastier Corps, as well as his attempts to entice a war between the Union and Empire. Magistrate Rigaud has also been taken into custody. Lieutenant Flynn is slated to be decorated by his Knights for his pivotal role in diffusing the conflict. Rigaud will be transferred to the capital tomorrow, with crowds expecting to line the streets in hopes of witnessing Nor's fallen tyrant. The Knights and the Union will be keeping strict watch to prevent the criminal from becoming a victim of vengeance. In a proclamation today, the Imperial Council announced that Rigaud would be absolved of all of his crimes against the public good. By way of insufficient evidence, the magistrate's sudden disappearance following this pardon has raised fear that it may become a target of retribution for those who have suffered under the yoke of his authority. There are already whispers that Rigaud has already been killed, and the Knights are searching feverishly for any sign of his whereabouts. And of the news, Flynn's promotion to captain was made public today. Yeah, what ended up happening is Yuri found out that Rigaud was about to be absolved of all of his crimes, and in doing so, right, decided for himself that Rigaud needed to be killed to help the fallen masses, right? And so he bit the bullet on that one. And decided to, I think it was, stab him in the back, and he threw him in the river. I think that's why they weren't able to find the body. Alright. I think that was all for that, right? Yes. Okay. Dongress was attacked today by a massive bird monster. Princess Estelise found herself in its sights just before her departure for the capital, but was fortunately saved from harm by Yuri. The monster was driven off by a secret weapon wielded by the knights. Some say that it spoke in a human tongue, and had come specifically to do away with the princess. But these rumors are as of yet unconfirmed. Estelise seems to have altered her previous plans and has left the town with her companions in the direction of Heliord. Yes, what happened is, right, this giant monster, which has a different name, I forget why, it's not a monster, it's something else. It's like an ancient being. Came to the town and called her, what was it? A poison, I think it was, that must be purged, or something like that. So she wanted to know what it meant, so she changed, instead of going to the capital, she decided she had to find that out. And right here, this morning, Carol Capel proclaimed the formation of the guild Brave Vesperia. Though a mere 12 years old, Carol has been in and out of numerous guilds and accumulated a wealth of experience, rare for a boy his age. The guild is guarding Princess Estelise in her search for the speaking monster, and is currently headed for the sands of Kragow. The guild plans to reach Torum by the way of Heliord, and then to charter a ship. Heliord's citizens have begun to disappear in what is becoming an alarming trend. Some say that the harsh labor practices in the town are to blame, but such an explanation seems insufficient given the large number of people that have now gone missing. A man named Teagle, who moved from Nor recently, is one such example. This man's wife, Kalos, has asked Brave Vesperia to search for her husband. Determined to get their man, the party hatches a racy plan of seduction to distract the city's guard. Today we will be explaining the methods for putting together a truly stunning dress. While the nobles of the capital can order their gowns from the trendiest fashion bouquets, such luxuries are not available to those living in frontier towns. In a pinch, though, a plumed tail, some sparrows down, and a basketless scale can be combined to turn out a dress of the highest caliber. If, like Brave Vesperia, your plans call for a little risky business, don't miss this chance to make a dress that'll knock their socks off. Having rescued her from the confinement of the Knight's guardhouse, the party learned from Rita of the widespread forced labor being conducted in Heliord. Believing this discovery to be a lead to Teagle's disappearance, Brave Vesperia set about investigating the labor camp. Having witnessed the transport of some suspicious Blastia, Rita is strongly urging the party to uncover the true nature of the camp's operations. And since it doesn't seem to want to mention it, the one that I had wearing the dress, because there was a choice, I chose Mr. Carroll, who was in the dress, to flirt with the guard. A quite hilarious encounter that was. Okay. Responding to the rumors of slave labor in Heliord, Captain Flynn has conducted a raid on the labor camp and set the workers free. It seemed that Captain Kumor of the Knights, who had organized the labor camp, had also retrieved the Ingram magistrate in Heliord of his duties. The captain is also suspected to have been using the camp as a means of amassing a store of illegal weaponry. Brave Vesperia appears to have given chase when the renegade captain made his escape. Prince Loiter arrived in Heliord today from Capria Torum, where he had previously been stationed. Having learned of obstacles preventing the establishment of a friendship treaty with the Union, the prince has chosen a frontier town as a base from which to renew negotiations with the guild, due to its increased proximity to Dongress. The Union has also instructed Raven to travel with Brave Vesperia in an effort to monitor the movements of Princess Estelise. A ship belonging to Fortune's Market has set sail from Torum. Although the waters are thick with schools of mermaids searching for prey this time of year, the guild president seemed adamant about leaving the harbor town behind. Hired on to serve as guards for the duration of the voyage, Brave Vesperia has been promised free use of the craft if they can help it reach its destination safely. The guild has set sail on the open sea with the course set for the southern city of Nordopolica. The Fierta, a ship carrying the cargo of the Fortune's Market Guild, ran into a group of mermen this afternoon. The cargo appears to have been saved, however, thanks to the efforts of Brave Vesperia, a guild serving as guards aboard the vessel. A young girl was rescued from the mermen upon their defeat. The girl is believed to be the troublemaker by the name of Patty, who previously snuck into the magistrate's mansion at Nor Harbor. Fierta is presently heading for its destination, Nordopolica. The Fierta, a vessel belonging to Fortune's Market, appears to have collided with a ghost ship this afternoon. Members of the Brave Vesperia boarded the mysterious craft to investigate. After they returned, however, the remaining members grew worried and now have gone looking for them. The president of Fortune's Market, a Miss Kaufman, stayed with the Fierta, hoping for the guild's safe return. Brave Vesperia discovered a small red box within the captain's cabin of the ghost ship they boarded today. The captain's log confirmed the ship has been around for 1,000 years, and that its mission was to bring a so-called clear seal crystal to the town of Yorgman as a means of defending its residents from monsters' attacks. After defeating the mysterious monster that attacked them in the captain's cabin, Brave Vesperia decided to deliver the clear seal crystal to Yormgen themselves, and thus took the box and returned to the Fierta. Brave Vesperia arrived in the city of Nordopolica this morning, and with Patty leaving the party upon their arrival. Their companion Raven revealed himself to be an officer of the Guild Altosk who has come to deliver a letter from Don Whitehorse to Bellius, the Duce of Nordopolica. Brave Vesperia may use the opportunity to introduce themselves to Bellius as well. Nordopolica's leader does not meet with just anyone, however. Those who seek an audience with her must first receive the approval of the city's guild Palestrale. That's it, yes. The members of the Brave Vesperia visited the headquarters of the Palestrale Guild in hopes of meeting with the Nordopolica's ruler Bellius, but according to the Duce's retainer Knots, Bellius only makes appearances on the evening of the new moon. The new guild has taken up residence at an inn in the city to await the arrival of the next new moon. While visiting Nordopolica, Patty was identified as the granddaughter of Eifried. It is also discovered that Eifried had gone against duties as a guild member and killed a large number of civilians. The residents, having found out that Patty is related to Alfred, attempted to drive her from the city. Yuri and the others witnessed the scene while gathering information and intervened. However, Patty decided to leave the city herself to avoid escalating the situation. Regay, the boss of the Guild Ruins Gate, was hurt today when he attempted to break up a quarrel between two guildmates. After observing Yuri's skill in resolving the conflict, the boss then asked Brave Vesperia to take on a new job. Though Yuri is still on the fence about accepting the worth, Regay is apparently waiting for the guild at the entrance of the city's famed Colosseum. Yuri faced off against the defending champion Flynn in a rare match against friends for today's Colosseum title bout. The latter is rumored to have originally entered the tournament for work-related reasons. Regay hired Yuri to defeat the reigning champion, but the two now realize that they've been tricked by the guild boss. A sudden appearance by Zaggy put the match on hold, and when Regay made his escape, Brave Vesperia was seen heading west, hot on his heels. A geyser of air was found to be pouring out of the Weston of Kados this afternoon. Fortunately, a crisis was avoided when a strange monster appeared and stabilized the environment. Amidst this confusion, Regay was revealed to be none other than Jaeger, leader of the guild Leviathan's Claw. Brave Vesperia's resident Blastia expert Rita appears to have put her investigation of the cave on hold in favor of chasing after Jaeger. In addition, the girl known as Eifried's granddaughter, Patty, joined the group once again. Late this afternoon, Brave Vesperia arrived in Mantic, a town lying between the foothills and the central areas of the Sands of Gago. Patty decided to leave the party and venture off on her own. However, the others are currently divided on whether or not they should proceed further into the desert. Many of Mantek's previous visitors have faced with the same decision, and brave Vesperia's members will give the matter some serious thought before proceeding. Esteliz released brave Vesperia from their contract with her this afternoon. Nevertheless, she paid the guild their agreed-upon sum, insisting on calling it a keepsake of their travels together. The princess appeared set upon going into the unforgiving desert alone. Unable to allow this, the guild has pledged to continue on as her guardians. The party was last seen entering the inn to prepare for the coming trek into the desert sands. Brave Vesperia came across a group of Imperial Knights harassing two young children today, and put a stop to this mistreatment. The Knights withdrew apologetically upon recognizing Princess Esteliz. The brother and sister were apparently setting out to search for their parents who had been sent to the desert by the order of the magistrate. Brave Vesperia is now planning to enter the desert to find the missing parents in place of the children. Exhausted and weary, the members of Brave Vesperia took shelter at a small oasis they stumbled on in the middle of the desert. The guild had been gathering water from any cacti they happened to find, but with water bottles empty and the heat beating down relentlessly, they were but moments from collapse when they came across the sanctuary. They had to be more frugal with their water stores if they hoped to survive in a desert after this. Having gone missing last night in the sands of Gergo, brave Vesperia was found today to be resting in a northern desert town with Patty, and a couple believed to be the missing parents of the two children in Mantic. The guild has encountered a strange monster in the central desert prior to this, and found themselves sapped of all energy when they prepared to do battle with the creature. The guild has learned that the town is none other than Jorgen, mentioned by the captain of the ghost ship in his journal, and have begun to explore their surroundings in earnest. The clear seer crystal retrieved by the ghost ship by brave Vesperia was shattered today by Duke, a man known as in Jorgen as the Sage. When the guild handed it to him, details surrounding this figure remains unclear, as he has so far declined any explanation of his person or his actions. Having abandoned their plans of meeting Pharaoh, the monster that yelled at Esteliz, by the way, the guild appears to be preparing for a return to Nordopolica via Mantic to speak with Belius on the night of the new moon. A cart laden with people was sent to the desert by the knights was stalled in Mantic this morning when it broke down on its way to town. This event is expected to put an end to the forced removal of its town's citizens. That was Carol, I believe, that ended up sabotaging the cart. Brave Vesperia was outraged to find the infamous Captain Kumor in charge of the garrison there, and will remain in town for the time being to monitor the situation. The whereabouts of Captain Kumor has been unknown since sometime last evening. Captain Flynn had taken over stewardship of Mantic from Kumor, but appears to have withdrawn to Nordopolica, with the ban on travel to and from Mantic now lifted. Brave Vesperia is rumored to have been involved in the captain's disappearance, but the veracity of such claims is uncertain. The guild has set its sight on Nordopolica as well, hoping to gain an audience with Belius. Yes, just like Rigo, Guri had dealt with Captain Kumor by killing him and kicking him into a pile of quicksand. The Wiesen Okados has been under blockade since yesterday afternoon. The Imperials appear to be taking security quite seriously, having gone so far as bringing trained monsters with them to the cave. Upon approaching, brave Vesperia used the monsters to their advantage and managed to break through the blockade. Having emerged on the continent's eastern plains, the group is now making for Nordopolica. Brave Vesperia arrived in Nordopolica just after noon today. The guild plans to seek information regarding the monster Pharaoh from Belius and to deliver a letter from the Don to the Duce as well. They arrived to find Nordopolica undisturbed despite pressure from the knights and the nearby blockade. The brave Vesperia guild was granted an audience with Belius today. The details of their exchange were unclear, but the talk was interrupted when the hunting blade stormed into the city. Clint, the guild chief, and his second, Tyson, are said to have broken into the Duce's chambers. Their meeting cut short. Brave Vesperia left hurriedly for the Colosseum, where the hunting blades have concentrated their attack. At present, Nordopolica is clenched in the jaws of tightly in the jaws of panic. So, I still forget what they're called. right? Because I'm really bad at that. It either starts with an area. It's a pretty interesting lane. But Bellius ends up being the same type of race as the feral monster that speaks the human language. So it wasn't a human that they went to see, it was this creature, and it wasn't a monster, it's a creature. And, yes, the hunting blades did attack, and we had to deal with that. Monsters resembling foxes went wild at the Colosseum yesterday, rousing the knights to action. The monsters were eventually defeated by brave Vesperia, but the guild was pursued by knights and forced to flee from the city by ship. Numerous sources report witnessing an argument between Yuri and Captain Flynn, but the details of the disagreement are unknown. From the president of Don Whitehorse's grandson Harry, many suspect the recent upheaval to be a work of the Union. Members of Brave Vesperia are currently stuck drifting on the open ocean. Okay, they didn't explain this either. During this encounter, Bellius was injured, and Esteliz went to heal Bellius just to find out that the creatures that they are weak to healing, and the healing reverted Bellius into a crystal that they took with them. Vesperia broke free from the knights and ran immediately into new troubles. The ship's new Ceres Blastia made the escape possible, but Judith has destroyed the device and the craft is drifting aimlessly on the water. The guild is doing all they can to make necessary repairs. With Judith's identity as Dragon Rider unknown, her companions are left with no explanation for her actions. The other members of Brave Vesperia cannot conceal their surprise. The guild is expected to make for Dongres as soon as they've gotten underway. Upon Brave Vesperia's arrival in Dongres, Raven left the guild to report to Union headquarters before the meeting with Don Whitehorse. Having learned of Leviathan Call's role in provoking the incident at the Coliseum, Don Whitehorse has set out alone for the guild's hideout, intent on uncovering their true purpose. Concerned for the Don's welfare, Brave Vesperia has apparently followed. The hideout of Leviathan's Claw, the manor of the wicked, lies to the east of Dongrest. A clash of swords rang out from the manor of the wicked late last night. When Brave Vesperia entered the premise, they found that Don already engaged in battle with Jaeger. Agents of Leviathan's Claw prevented the guild's intervention, and the Don and Jaeger disappeared into the depths of the hall. Hoping to aid Whitehorse in some way, the party is assumed to have pursued the pair to the manor's second floor. Negotiations between the Don and Jaeger broke down this morning, in the pre-dawn hours before the two could reach a peace. Brave Vesperia defended the Don as he fled from the manor, and having made good their own escape, already returning to Dongres. The guild was also able to deliver to the Don the clear cyano crystal they received from Bellius during their time in Nordopolica. That's not from Bellius, that is Bellius. Clear cyan crystal was Bellius, turned into it by Esteliz by accident. Don Whitehorse, leader of the Union, took his own life this morning in atonement for the errors of his subordinates, which were ultimately responsible for the death of Bellius. Yuri served as the Don's second in the grim task, and left the city behind after paying his condolences, eager to move on. The party crossed paths with Jaeger in their departure, but the situation was resolved before it could escalate. Brave Vesperia set sail today, just after noon. The guild has received word that Miss Judith, who found them recently, can be found in the vicinity of Temza, a mountain in the north of the Sands of Kurgo. They most likely approach the area from the northwestern region of Disare. It is not yet clear how the guild plans to address Judith's desertion once they find her. And that brings us up to speed. It took us a whole hour to read through that. Give me a second to quickly answer people. My fiance has messaged me and so has one of my friends, so I'm just answering that. real quick like. Alright. Now, like I said, what is going on here? Oh, there it goes. Sorry, my phone glitched for a moment. And the time has, was disappeared for a second, but it was just my phone glitching. Also, I apologize if my breathing's a little weird. I'm still having a whole sinus thing from the weather changing, and I have a deviated septum on top of that, so sometimes my breathing's a little harsh. But yes, so that was the story thus far. I think we're supposed to go into here. Yes, Mount Temza, which took us a minute to find last time I remember. So, we're gonna head up to this beautiful landscape. As you can see, we already looted that chest before we... What happened was, I came in, looted the chest, and decided that I didn't have time for the rest of the journey. So we went back. But here we go.
It's even worse from up close.
I've never seen a hole this big before.
There's no way this could have happened naturally.
It looks like something exploded here.
An explosion! Are there monsters that can do something like that?
They were, but those monsters were all wiped out.
What do you mean wiped out?
What you see here, this was a battleground in the Great War.
What? Really?
So that
Whoa.
means humans and Entelekea fought here.
That's it. That's the name. That's the name they didn't mention throughout the entire 93 story synopsis. Entelekea, or what Bellius and, I already forgot the name. Pharaoh. That's it. Bellius and Pharaoh are Entelekeas.
The humans were victorious, but there were scarcely any survivors. The facts behind the war are shrouded in darkness. Not even the official government histories give many details about what happened.
So the Entelekea did this to the mountain. Terrible power.
The Great War. 10 years ago. That must have been when you were a baby, Patty.
But this is the first time I've heard that a battle took place here.
The Empire's kept a pretty tight hold on information about it. They've got a lot of secrets. You should know that by now.
Thought it was strange that monsters would wage war against humans, but
What they didn't want us to know was that those monsters were actually Entelekea.
You sure know a lot about this stuff, Raven.
You
He
come
does.
across a lot if you live long enough, kiddies.
Okay, enough history lessons. We came here so we could look for Judy.
The monster's voice we heard just now. What if they've already got Judith cornered? Judy's really strong. There's no way she'll go down easily.
of course not. Besides, I've got to give that dragon freak a beat down. I can't let a monster beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
Let's hurry.
Yeah, Rita doesn't like Judith because...
Man, the Great War. I've been leaving a gaping hole where a mountain
I'll
used
wait till
to
this
be.
is done.
I still can't believe how much power the Entelekea must have had.
How could the humans fight beings that powerful and not get demolished? I just don't get it.
Indeed. The Great War may still hold secrets we haven't uncovered yet. And I'll bet those secrets are hidden somewhere in this mountain.
Yeah, but the war's over now. It can't have anything to do with us, right?
I hope so, but
Yeah, so, Rita doesn't like Judith because Judith was found out by the rest of the party. Yuri already knew from the moment she arrived. That Judy's been the dragon freak that has been breaking all the Blastia. And Rita doesn't like it when the Blastia are broken. Growing Earth. Ooh, a new blade for Patty, huh? Hold up. Sorry, I'm not as good with the controls as I used to be. Okay, there's a monster up there. And 2 chests. Red sage, huh? I'm pretty sure that's one of the things we can use. Yes. I really doubt 30 health is gonna matter when you have 5,000 health, but, you know, why not? Let's see how well we do
battle
here.
with all our might.
Oh wait, actually, I just remembered this is a thing.
Waters rain down your power on us.
No, stop killing that one Patty. I need to... There we go. We got them all. I forgot that was a thing for a second.
All right, here we go. Yay!
We did pretty good though. Step away, evade, vitality 2. That might have been all of what he's currently working on. Cause see, when we level up things, they become part of their what the hell is it? Skills. That's what it is. Sorry, I wanted to be correct on it. And they can level up their skills to have a whole variety. You know, you get to pick and everything. So I try to do all of the weapons that I can. That'll do that. And that's basically what I've been doing. Increasing agility by 1. Well, obviously I'd want that for somebody like Patty, who actually uses agility very well. But yes, so far it's been going pretty well though. I'm glad I am not having too much problem with the combat. I was worried about it coming back into it, but it seems that muscle memory has taken the control. That's it.
That's what
Yeah,
happens
muscle
when I
memory
get
took
scared.
control.
I feel good.
Okay, that seems like Yuri might be done with the weapon he was doing. He is. Alright, so what is next? We got the Sinclair Saber. +1. And as you can see, for Yuri specifically, the weapon actually changes when we change his weapon. Hidden path off to the right. I remember all kinds of things like that.
Let's have a good time.
Oh, we got a KO encounter. Let's go. Wailing Havoc is so... Whoa! Oh my god. Talk about, like, instantly winning the fight with their magic. Oh my goodness. Rain of Holy Bolts combined with a fucking tidal wave-esque fucking whirlpool. Quality! They thought they could handle us, but in reality, they didn't stand a chance, you see. Sorry, this is supposed to stun them, but it's a chance-based thing, unfortunately.
Let's eliminate them.
So I was trying to go for a cheeky, you know, a cheeky stun, but didn't get it, clearly, right? There we go. It took me a moment to remember
Let's go.
how to change targets, but there we go. We figured it out. I hope you're all having a wonderful time watching the stream so far. Why can't I get over there? That definitely seems like a side path. But it kind of looks like I would have to be able to destroy this. This looks destroyable or movable. I don't know, it looks different. Because I don't think, does this path lead somewhere else? Let's see. Does this path continue on? No, it does not. So whatever is there is something we can't deal with yet. Unfortunate. It means we'll have to make sure to come back. I probably won't remember, to be completely honest. Oh hey, there's a random person?
I'll do my best.
They're called ogres, apparently. Yeah, I figured he was a human type. No, you know what? You know what, Book? He's a cactus type. Alright, trust me. He's consumed so many cacti that he is now a part of the cacti community. Alright? And you're not allowed to take that from him.
Serious.
Not at all. Not allowed to take that from him. If he wants to be a cactus man, let him be a cactus man. Why doesn't this work on you?
Man, could you be any weaker?
Whoa, we got an ale and a soya. We got 2 soyas, so we're gonna go for the ale, especially since I'm gonna run past these guys and work on dealing with them. But first, let me do a quick scan of that, and then go back to dealing with the mage, because as you've seen with the you know, spells, as Esteliz just gave you a really good example for, right? That we want to get rid of magic users ASAP.
I will use this power.
Anti-break and hunter. I'm pretty sure that means he's done? Yes. So we want the highest level damage. That's that for right now. Except for the magic damage. Oh my. That one might actually be better because that's only 5 less. Oh, but that one's even better. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna put that one on for now. Yeah, I thought so. Everything's worse than that. So that's the one he's gonna use for now because he doesn't have anything that gives him new ones. You did anti-break, so you can use Ice Coffin B now. Alright. Making good progress. We stunned her. We stunned her beforehand.
But you're going bye-bye.
That means we get to go over here. No, you're supposed to jump over. Jump over! Oh my god! What terrible fucking controls on that. It felt like one of those, really old, like, arcade fighter games trying to jump over an opponent. You remember those days? Yeah, there's clearly something we can break those types of rocks with that we currently do not have at the current moment, which is fine. Like I said, we can always come back. No big deal. If we remember, of course. Hopefully we get it during this, fight. I mean, level, you know? There is a very good chance, though, that at the next save point, I will have to call it there because of the movie night in my Discord. But at least we were able to get the story, get it started today. I don't know if I'll do...
Get ready. I'm taking you down.
We'll talk about all that momentarily. We gotta defeat the cacti people. Excuse me, sir. Man, they're really trying to double team me, aren't they? Oh, he knocked me down. Oh no. As you can tell, we are actually stupidly strong at this point. But that's what happens when a game is very long.
The sign of victory.
And has a lot of leveling potential. Like if you're searching for chests, you can actually end up beating the same enemy like 4 times. Which, you know, I'm a collectaholic, so I collect everything I can.
About what Judy said. Bowel saved me during the war. I just realized that maybe she was talking about the Great War when she said that.
So maybe she fought against the Empire with that dragon freak during the Great War?
It'd be kind of sad if Judy was an enemy of mankind.
Maybe Raven can tell us. You fought in the Great War, didn't you, old man?
Huh? Why?
I think only someone who was on the scene would know so much about the war.
Really? But there weren't supposed to be very many survivors, right?
Very true. I thought I was gonna die back then, too. If only I died then. Things would have been so much easier, too.
If only you died.
So, did you ever see Judith during the war?
No, not a chance. I may be a player, but 10-year-old girls are definitely off limits for me.
Oh, jeez.
Then it sounds like Judy didn't participate in the war.
Right. I mean, if it was 10 years ago, she'd be 9. That's even younger than me.
I feel like I never saw Baul either. Maybe they ran away from the battle?
So it was really the Antilochea who fought in the battle?
Yes, I guess so. Though at the time, we thought they were only a really terrible breed of monster.
But wow, you were really in the war, huh, Raven? That's so cool. I thought only Imperial Knights fought in the war.
Maybe I'll tell you more about it when you're older.
We'll destroy them in no time.
I kind of figured he was.
You're gone!
Aha! You may have hit me, but I defeated your companion. And now you're done for.
The sign of victory.
The high five! Woo! Yeah. The sign of victory. Remember, every time you win, you gotta give a high five to the nearest person. It's only right. You've seen it. Princess Estelise made it an imperial order. Okay?
Oh, merciless concentration.
That's what happens when I get serious.
Magic is so insane in this game. Reflect and status card. Alright, let's check to see if they, he is not done. And Carol is not done either. Ooh, Crimson Phoenix, a short dagger in the image of a beautiful bird, used for immolation and taking one life quietly. Well, let's not go into that. Got awfully dark very fast. We don't need to know all that. I know it might be part of the history, but like, you know, that's not appropriate.
We have certainly grown stronger.
Yes, we certainly have. We're not even using our full power yet. Ha ha ha, there was a hidden enemy
Get
over
ready.
here.
I'm taking you down.
No, you don't. Which button is it? There. No. I know there's also a button that helps me like run freely instead of like in a complete straight line. What is it? Is it this? No. I thought it was this. It is this. Okay. Muscle memory for the win.
Remember to keep a sharp eye out.
Yes. Always make sure to keep a sharp eye out. You never know when the monsters will show up. See? Treat in specific? What? Is that really what it's called? It is. It's just called specific. Yes. You may drink Fago, sure, but I drink specific, okay? And that is the only drink for me, okay? If you think I'm gonna drink something other than specific, you got another thing coming on your classic rock station, you hear me?
This is a Critian city?
Ooh, a Critian city. I don't know if I'd call it a city. I think I would call it a ruin, but, you know.
More like the remains of one.
Yeah, exactly. See, Rita knows what I'm...
Some treasure around here.
Most likely.
What do you think Judith would come here for?
Suppose it wouldn't make much sense to say she was feeling homesick.
The hunting blades!
Judith!
You.
Damn you! Go
Go inform Tyson and Nan.
Hey, nobody lays a hand on one of our own. If she's broken our laws, we'll settle this amongst ourselves. Now get out of here.
We're only trying to follow a monster we're hunting.
This doesn't involve you.
Okay, this is getting us no.
You're right. It's just a waste of time trying to...
Anyone who interrupts our conversation is gonna be taking a long nap.
He pulled out the Glock.
Now. Or do you really want to do this?
Yeah, they made a good decision.
You followed me here.
Yeah, we're here to settle things for the sake of the guild.
Judith, tell us everything you know.
Why you destroyed the Blastia. About the Apatheia and the Entelikeia. The relationship to Pharaoh. All of it.
And even though you're one of us, your answers will decide your fate.
Punish the unjust, was it? Honestly, I don't know if that's really a good thing or not. You've already come this far. I suppose there's no going back now. Come.
Yuri, what did you mean about Judy's fate?
If there's one thing the Dawn's last moments taught me, it's that I've been too soft. If a part is infected, you cut it off before it infects the whole. Even if it's a comrade, an Entelikeia, or a friend.
You mean even if it's Flynn or Pharaoh?
Yeah. It's the path I've chosen for myself. The hunting blades again?
We didn't just cross paths this time. We're after the same thing. We just might have to fight.
If it does come to that, you guys don't have to worry about me. But we can't keep Judith waiting. Let's go!
Carol.
Our boy's growing up.
Yeah,
Isn't there some way we can avoid fighting the hunting blades?
I hope so. But it's pretty much up to them.
Yup.
Grand Scepter. I'm pretty sure that's the direction she went. I don't know if I... We're gonna save for now. And I'm going to attempt to try to at least get the conversation out of the way. Because I'm kind of curious on what Judith has to say here. But I only have about a half hour left.
Let's take care of him quick.
Ooh, that was a good one.
All right, here we go. Yay!
High five! Number 2, let's go.
I heard stories of a Cridian town, but I never knew where it was.
Me too. Didn't expect it to be on Mount Temza.
They must really value their privacy to build a whole town on a mountain.
Is there something they don't like doing in front of other folk?
Cridians are a secretive lot, to be sure.
Indeed. There were definitely mysterious people that vanished out of nowhere. You're defending a chest. You know what that means. In RPG languages, it means you must die.
Hold
Unlucky
still.
for you.
I'll make this quick.
You should have just taken the loot for yourself and not left it in a chest, where an adventurer like me could have seen it. Maybe if you had done that, you would have lived. I got knocked down during my own combo. Fair enough. Hey,
That's
Lone
what
Wolf
happens when I get
Storm.
serious.
Ooh, hey, that's a new bow. You know what that means? Oh, it's a bow we already had. I thought we got a new one that he could, you know, work on leveling. Oh, you're frozen. I was gonna
Man,
try to
could you be
stun,
any
but
weaker?
you know,
One shot. That should do.
run to the side. Boom, 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 boom. Ah. There we go. The mages are dealt with. Now it's time to save our mages.
Power that tries souls shine.
We're done.
Whew, man. The effects in this game are kind of crazy sometimes.
The hole in this mountain is like the hole in my heart. How my chest aches.
Getting all
Fancy.
sentimental on us, old man?
Nah, it's just memories of the war. I'd appreciate it if we didn't spend too much time here.
Stop being such a coward.
Oh, that hurts, Rita.
The only way to get past a bad memory is to embrace it.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Not really. I was just generalizing. Anyway, you want to hurry, right? Then let's go.
Our little genius mage is more mature than she looks.
Haha, I got the stun this time.
Let's eliminate them.
I knew it. Oh! Oh. I almost was able to pull off a fatal. A fatal's like an execute, but they have to take a very specific element until that bar goes away. And it only works on like certain things, so it's hard to pull. It's very difficult to pull off. Okay, tribal guard. Okay, that up there is definitely where we're supposed to go. Well, I can't go that way. How about this way? As would say, there has to be something up here, right? A mimic?
We'll destroy them in no time.
Do I have the Pandor mimic? I do not. Inorganic type, you say, huh?
Take this! Azure Wolf!
Undefiled purity.
Shining Dragon's War! Quelling Havoc! Quelling Blast!
Rain down your power on us.
Quelling Havoc!
Oh, incandescent locust.
It's not done? Fair enough, he's actually got some power. And he stunned me. Finally. It's nice to have a little bit of resistance.
Yay!
High five.
This looks easy.
Don't get careless.
Shining Dragon's War! For you!
Oh, merciless conflagration.
Shining Dragon's
Power that tries souls shine.
Don't get in our way.
Easy peasy. I was about to say, what? Is this not
Man,
a
could you be
monster?
any weaker?
Don't let him trip you up.
Brutal Fate!
Okay. Oh my.
Victory
Oh.
is ours.
Well. BA Force, Defend 3, and they did a very nice combo, didn't they? Let's see. BA Force, yes. You need a new one. There we go. Crimson Phoenix. The blade we don't talk about. And you're finally done with that one. so you can equip Riot 1B, a deadly sword with highly lethal powers. The crooked blade is capable of inflicting fatal wounds. Whoa. A blade able to do fatal wounds? That's crazy, man.
We do battle with all our might.
Wait, is that a mage back there? Hold up. Uh-oh. No.
Don't get in our way.
Done for. Alright. Hopefully we have time for this. I still have the half hour, honestly. It took us no time at all to climb this mountain.
So, you are aware that this place was the ground on which the Great War was fought.
Yeah, we heard from the old man here.
The Great War was sparked by a type of blastia.
What?
This was not a blastia that had been excavated. It had been constructed in the city of Temza using a new type of technology, the Hermes Blastia.
Hermes Blastia?
I've never heard of it. And if you say it was newly built,
I didn't think you could make a new
The Hermes models were even more effective at converting air into energy. They were intended to revolutionize the technology of blastia.
But something went wrong.
The blastia using these Hermes-type formulas required massive quantities of air. The air krina began producing abnormal amounts of air in order to compensate.
that would mean the end. Not just of humanity.
Just like we saw at Cave Mach and the Wiesent of Kados. Wouldn't like to see that happen everywhere.
The Intellicheia realized the dangers of the Hermes Blastia before the human, and they moved to destroy them.
Which created a conflict that grew until it eventually became the Great War.
So then the Intellicheia fought against the humans to help the planet?
But why didn't they tell the humans how dangerous those Blastia were?
Neither side probably cared much if the other brought itself to ruin. There's never been any love lost between humans and Intellicheia. Probably didn't talk much.
Or maybe there was another reason. But what does any of this have to do with you, Judy?
Temza fell to the flames of war, and the technology of the Hermes Blastia was believed lost.
Wait, you mean there are still Hermes models in operation?
Yes, at Rago's mansion, Emmett Hill, Gosferost, not to mention.
The Ceres Blastia on the Fiertia.
That new Ceres Blastia must have been a Hermes Blastia.
So then you've been destroying the Blastia in place of the Intellicheia.
You could have mentioned that. Why didn't you say something? Were you gonna save the world all on your own? Are you stupid?
All the hatred thrown away. Man, it zoomed in on her face for a while, huh?
What was that?
Baul!
Nan!
It looks like we found our mark.
You will not pass.
You're a person, aren't you? How can you defend a monster?
Didn't you get the news? I said nobody lays a hand on one of our own.
We won't allow that. Not even.
We were having a conversation over.
I can't believe these guys. Such scallywags.
I don't usually like to get my clothes dirty.
Everyone!
Have the hunting blades added?
Nobody who associates with monsters can rightly call themselves a person.
Carol, have you forgotten the credo of the hunting blades? Step aside. Monsters are evil, and the hunting blades pursue that evil. But the Intellicheia aren't evil.
Don't let them fool you with that credo nonsense. They're on a job. They're here for the epithet.
It seems you won't listen to reason. If you have no intention of moving...
You leave us no choice.
Please form a party with Judith as the member, huh? Well, I want my mages, so sadly, Miss Patty, you must be removed for now, for Judith. Not what I prefer, but you know. Alright, let's hope I can get these scans in.
Should be killed.
That's the rule of the hunting blades.
Alright. She is a lot weaker than he
I will
is.
protect Baul, even if it costs me my life.
It's pretty stupid to think anything.
Let's see, if I remember correctly, clicking, no, this one. There it is!
Monsters.
Over limit! Over limit!
Shut up! We hunting blades will not back down!
So I guess we just gotta fight this out.
Don't blame me for what happens.
Someone protect me while I'm casting. Okay.
Ooh, 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 ooh. I can't guard!
Oh, now you've got.
Great.
I'll blow you away!
Over limit! Now it's my turn! Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, shit! Now that's what I'm talking about. Do that again. Now this is a fight.
Pretty good.
Okay. Seems like we got him. Now it's your turn. Ah, she was a disappointment.
I'll fight anybody who lays a hand on my people.
Tyson was definitely the better one. I've never seen anybody pull a combo like that on me.
I will use this.
That was amazing. Sorry, I've been talking about how this game hasn't had much difficulty lately, so I'm happy he was fighting back a bit. It's much better to know that. Chain whip 1. A metal whip used as a weapon. The weight of the tip increases its attack power. Okay, it seems like it wants us to go in there, but... Oh, I forgot to swap my target. I mean, my party member back to Patty. Judith isn't bad, but Patty combos better into Yuri's attacks. And I like the combos. Plus, I think she gets a bonus or something. Because Patty likes Yuri, likes Yuri, like a lot. I don't know where this goes. Like, I don't know if I'm going the path I'm supposed to be, or if it's... My goodness. I need more, like, AoE.
We have certainly grown stronger.
We have certainly grown stronger. Let's pick up this chest. Ever blue. Ooh, that one didn't look too bad.
This looks easy.
We still have... I didn't pay attention to the people in here. And just so you know, the guard in this game isn't instant and it takes a moment. That's why you'll see me take a lot of hits and not quite guard everything. The guard does take a decent, I wouldn't say an exceptionally. It's kind of like that they designed it so that I wouldn't be able to block absolutely everything.
Don't get cocky.
I saw the mage in the back. You cannot defeat. You cannot fool me. There's a mage here. And now there's no longer a mage here. Ooh, that was a nice one.
The sign of victory.
Another high five. Woo! We still haven't been forced to use the meals, though. There's like this meals thing. Ooh, feather claw. Hold up. Is that better than this? It is. Much better. But yes, there's this cooking feature. And you can actually use the cooking feature to incredibly increase attack stats. Or even stuff like this. Like, if I use this right now and cook it, see, it increased all the TP, so all the mana is fully restored. Sometimes it does fail depending on what recipe you pick and whether or not they succeed in making it, I guess, or whatever. We're going to do a quick save here. I got about another 18 minutes, so we're going to see if... Yeah, we're going to go talk to Baul here and get the story rolling a little bit more.
What's happening?
Baul is trying to evolve as an Entelekea.
It looks like he's suffering.
Baul.
You can do it!
No!
I want to heal your wounds, but there's nothing I can do. My power is poison to you, isn't it?
Healing wounds isn't your power, Estelle.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember Bellius's word?
Power corrupts. But you are different. Never lose that kindness.
My compassion for others.
Your thoughts are reaching Baul. I'm sure of it.
All we can do now is hope for the best.
So Baul is a Pokemon. He's evolving. Okay.
Well now.
Amazing.
Come on, I want to see too.
Your partner seems like he's gonna be just fine.
Yes. Thank you all for help. This is something I couldn't have done alone.
You're one of us. Of course we'd help.
That's right.
Oh my! Hello, Baul. Oh my goodness. Baul has
Didn't I tell you? You got through to him. You make it through to Pharaoh as well. Will you be going to meet him?
That's up to Estelle to decide.
I'll go. It's been the purpose.
Are you sure? What if you end up getting killed?
Even still, I've got to stand firm on this.
It won't be too long before the hunting blades send reinforcement. How about a change in scenery before they show up and spoil the party?
There's only one path down from here, though. We're bound to run into them.
The skies are wide open above us.
Have you lost your mind?
Get on. We'll fly as far as the Fiertia. We can finish talking once we arrive.
My goodness, Baul is huge now. And I didn't agree, to leave the island. I bet there was a chest somewhere on that ruins. But I guess since I didn't get an upgrade to the little core thing anyway, I can't destroy those rocks, so I'll have to come back anyway. Okay, and now Baul is just carrying the ship. Fair enough. I thought we were just going as far as the ship, but I guess we're going farther. Oh!
Judy!
She's sleeping. She must be exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, she just keeled over. Wasn't expecting that.
I bet she watched over Baul the entire time he was evolving. She probably didn't get much sleep. She probably had no idea when the hunting blades would attack either.
She was putting up a brave front, but she must have been near the end of her rope.
She's just dumb. She doesn't know how to express what she's feeling.
And I'm really glad we're able to help Judy out.
We can finish talking with her tomorrow. In fact, I wouldn't mind a little shut-eye myself. We still haven't heard Judy's side, so we can't say anything, but she sure caused the guild a major headache, breaking Blastias all on her own. There's no getting around that fact, no matter what her reasons. We have to settle this. Man, I hate waiting.
Alright.
Are you thinking about Judy?
Yeah.
It's true that she broke the guild's laws and betrayed us.
I always thought that a guild's strict adherence to its own laws was what kept it together. That there could be no exceptions. No lenience for those who would break the law. But
She did what she did to save the world. Judy is destroying Blastia because she knows it's the right thing to do, even if it makes people hate her.
Yep. Judith didn't break our laws in order to do something bad. I know this now. I'm gonna talk with her about it and give it some more thought.
Oh yeah?
Maybe if I become a little more decisive.
I have to be able to decide that. I know that. Are you going to leave it up to me to decide what's right and what's wrong? Yes. You are the guild leader, Carol. It is all up to you.
Don't fall overboard.
Oh, I'll be careful, Yuri. The world sure is big.
Yeah. Even though we're flying this high in the air, we still can't see everything.
If the world's this big, I guess it makes sense that there'd be so many things we don't know. It might not make that much of a difference whether I get my memories back or not.
Are you saying you'd be okay with not getting them back?
I'm saying that I'm not the only one who feels restless and anxious not knowing the truth. Everyone's worried about something. Even you and Estelle.
You think so?
Isn't that why everyone's here? Isn't that why Judy came back?
And is that why you're here too?
I don't want to be alone.
You know, you're being pretty honest today.
I'm always honest.
Really? Well, maybe you are.
Show me Timmer's bowl. You'd never lay eyes on that out at sea. True.
So does an old man past his prime fit into the picture at all?
What are you whining about, old man? Why are you past your prime?
What Judith was talking about before. Hermes Blastia, was it? Blastia created with techniques that should have been lost in the war are still active. Do you know what this means?
I guess someone who survived the war brought either Blastia or those techniques back with them.
If that person was still using the Blastia, even though he knew it was harmful to the Earth, someone like that would have...
Old man, don't tell me you...
Hey now, yours truly was nothing but an innocent youth on the straight and narrow back then. I wouldn't do something like that, even on my worst...
I was just trying to trick you into giving yourself away.
Son of a... When are you gonna learn some respect for your elder?
Brings back memories from the past. Yes, it does. And Estelle.
Oh, Yuri.
Sorry to interrupt while you were thinking.
Ever since I took Belius's life without meaning to, I've wanted to know what it means to be the child of the full moon, so the same thing doesn't happen again. I've always thought that it was my duty to know, but after what happened to Belius...
That's how everyone is. They do something, they learn. They do something else.
You too, Yuri?
Yeah.
Maybe if I had known everything ahead of time.
There's only one thing I can say for sure.
What's that?
Maybe you wouldn't have made any mistakes, but it sure would have been boring.
I really wonder.
Child of the full moon is, I need to find out for myself. Alright. Is there... Yes! I'll have to finish talking to everybody next time. That'll do it for this time. Thank you for watching. Okay. So, that was the recap and the return to it. I most likely will not be able to play tomorrow. Maybe the day after. We will see. Alright? It depends on a lot of things. You know, I gotta balance real life with this stuff. This is around the time that I normally will stream, or maybe a little bit later afterwards, depending on how everything goes with friends and everything. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it helps, and I'm going to attempt to save this and attempt to put it on my YouTube channel so that it doesn't get deleted. But there were some discrepancies in there that I'm not sure YouTube would allow. So I'll figure that out. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.